my name is Leslie Ohnstad. I'm the creator of Colourarte products, and I want to welcome you to our Art of Color educational event. This will be the final educational event. We've been putting them on every quarter for the past 3.5 years, but due to the fact that we've made a decision to close down the Fresno operation, our 2 buildings downtown, this will be the final, like I said, final event. Now, what are we doing for the next 2 days? Well, if you've already come to the watch party on Saturday, you knew we had a watch party on Saturday. So Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. before the event starts, we're going to do a 1-hour watch party with a whole bunch of gifts and prizes for people answering questions or just showing up and being there. But the 2-day event gives you an opportunity to win a $400 shopping spree. Well, how do you do that? So what you do is in every single video, Saturday, there's 8 people filming. Sunday, there'll be 7 affiliates. Each one of us is going to give you a secret word or clue that when you stream together, it comes up with a phrase. Enter that secret phrase to the Colourarte website on the October 18th, anytime before early Saturday morning, and your name will be put in a hat, basically drawn randomly, to win a $400 shopping spree. In addition to that, every one of our affiliates are going to be giving away a $35 store credit so you can go shopping on the Colourarte site and buy some goodies that you may want. Now, how do you win that? Well, you need to comment in the regular comment section underneath the video, not the chat. Pre-recorded lives also have a chat where you can visit with the artist while you're watching the video, but the people's name that gets drawn is actually from regular comments below the video, as if you were just watching a video any other time. On Friday night, early Saturday morning, they will also draw a name. And you have 1 week. Normally you have 2 weeks, but because we're closing the Fresno location, you have about another 22 days to place your orders. We're going to shorten the timeline that you can do to enter. I am so proud to be associated with the affiliates. We have some fabulous artists in this lineup, and the art that these folks have been producing and inspiring people with for the last few years is just, it's humbling, quite humbling to be able to be associated with these folks. That doesn't mean after Colourarte's location closes, I still will collab with some of the artists, because my goal is to still do small stuff out of the studio. I'll probably continue with the Vivid Art Fluid. We're discussing possibly still offering purely pigments and interferences. I would die if I could get my hands on our interferences. Our interferences are exquisite and much different than the other ones on the market. And so to me, I think it's a necessary tool for all artists that are playing with color that's got a sparkle. If they want to lighten or change the shade of the color, you need your interferences to play with. So I will still be offering some things on the website that I can directly ship from my studio here in Fresno. But my plan is to teach. Like we discontinued the Prism Pour a few months ago. Well, I'm going to put together a Prism Pour handbook, something that you can buy or get at a discount because you're one of our Colourarte Club members. And there'll be a recipe book. So if you're in love with Fandango or the saffron or the cerulean blue, we're going to be able to teach you how to make that with just your purely pigments, artist color, and interferences. Basically, with those 2 products, you can make almost any paint in the world. But I digress. I need to get on with the event. This recording coming up was a piece I did 2 years ago after I took Carol Nelson's class. It actually inspired me to come out with the Vivid Intense Fluid Acrylic line. And I'm very excited to show you part 1 of Sedona Sky. Part 2 will be available sometime late Sunday afternoon after the formal educational event is over, so you can watch part 2 and see how I finished it up. Anyway, let's get on with the Art of Education event. I mean, the Art of Color educational event. I am so excited to do this. I'll see you there. Hugs and kisses, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us for our last event. Bye-bye. Today's piece is inspired by Carol Nelson, an artist I have followed for years. You can find her works on Fine Art America and also on Pinterest. Her color schemes are inspired by petrified wood and rocks. This sample of petrified wood is estimated to be over 225 million years old. Notice the warm browns and nickel azo golds in this beautiful piece of agate. The red violets and pale aqua are stunning in this beautiful piece of jasper. I am so glad you decided to join me today. Let's get started.
Beauty lives in me. I know it, don't you know it? So I trust you when you say the beauty lives in me too.
In this section, I used a 16 by 20 Da Vinci Pro panel, spackling paste, crackle paste, and stone effects paste. After I sketched my design, I applied the crackle paste. Then I added the spackling paste. Then I applied a mixture of 50% stone paste with 50% spackling paste to create a heavier texture. It makes your piece more interesting having multiple textures. You need to wait about 48 hours for your texture to completely dry before applying any color. I begin to color my texture with vivid intense colors nickel azo gold, quinacridine magenta, diazazine violet, and cobalt aqua. Here you can see I already applied the cobalt aqua and diazazine violet to the crackle paste. I have to apologize. Somehow that footage was compromised. Then I brushed a little nickel azo gold over the diazazine violet. I begin brushing nickel azo gold on the other textured areas. Then I begin brushing in the quinacridine magenta. Moisten your brush with a small amount of water to encourage blending. Notice where the two colors blend, they make this incredibly bright orange red. On the edges, I added dioxazine violet. See where the quinacridine magenta and the violet blend together, creating this earthy violet reddish brown. I finished the piece by going over all the texture sections with the same color combination: Nickel gold, quinacridine magenta, and diazazine violet. Notice how the smooth spackling paste looks versus the section with the stone effects paste. One. Turn the canvas around to the opposite direction, making sure you touch up any areas that was missed. Yep. Allow that texture to dry completely before you do the next step. Now you can speed it up with a hairdryer if you want to. On one end of the touch-up pen, there's a small paintbrush. On the other end, there is a fine point for adding small lines. I added 4 drops of carbon black and 3 drops of water to my paint pen to create a wash. Next, I begin brushing the black between the rock formations to add dimension. Then I spritz the area with water, and using my paintbrush, I move that black wash over the areas, getting it between the cracks and all over the area where I wanted it to look antique. I also use that little brush on that paint pen to get down in the cracks between each of my textured sections. Take a paper towel and blot off some of that excess black after you've spritzed it. Continue by painting, spritzing, and blotting over all of your textured sections. Notice how much depth and dimension is created as the black grabs those uneven textured sections. On.